for being here for Journey Home Meditation's morning sit. Today we're going to work on some shared breathing practices, do some contemplation on some thoughts, and we've got a poem that inspired this morning's thinking. I'm going to share that as well. It's a lovely spring day here in Southern Oregon, and we also have our Sangha online as well, and it's lovely to see people coming together to become aware and mindful of their breath. So I'm grateful for that. Let's begin just with a few mindful breaths. Starting off with mindfulness around the breath doesn't mean that we are changing anything about the way we are breathing. It means that we are bringing our attention to the way we are breathing so that we can understand what it is we're feeling in our bodies, our physical body, our emotional body, our thought body, and come to a middle way, a center point with our breath being the uniting force. So just a few breaths together. Just feeling in our body what that breath feels like, the quality of the breath. Again, quality is not a measurement of value. We are looking for characteristics, what qualities are coming forward in the breath. Are we breathing in shallowly and short, small bursts, or are we having more long, deeper breaths? Are we breathing into our lungs directly, inflating our chest, or are we slowly breathing into our bellies? And all of this is not to judge our bodies or our habitual ways of holding ourselves. It is to understand in small ways why we may be feeling and believing certain things in this moment. For instance, if I am breathing into my chest, I may have a feeling of scarcity. I may have a slight feeling of wanting to leave, some anxiety, something wanting me to step out of the room. And so my body subconsciously is preparing itself for movement. The central nervous system can let us know when we are ready to go. But if we take 3 more breaths together and we focus that practice on breathing in through the nose to the bottom of the belly, elongating our spines and holding our body in such a way that we are feeling safe and comfortable and balanced. We don't need to stress or strain ourselves to get into a meditation posture. This practice is a devotional practice to our breath. So we want to just devote ourselves to facilitating that breath. So find the easiest way for you to breathe gently into the body and to breathe out completely. And when you found that space, for me, I bring my shoulder blades together just slightly in the back, placing my palms upward on my lap. Today I'm sitting in a cross-legged position on a pillow under my bum because having a bolster or something underneath you can really help to hold that body in a stronger and more confident posture. But wherever you are in your body, Find that place, and seeking balance is already the act of bringing yourself into balance. And then we breathe in through the nose to the bottom of the belly, 3 breaths. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. You can just continue that method of breathing as long as you like. Sometimes 3 breaths is enough to recenter me, and I can let my thoughts and focus go elsewhere, and the body resumes taking over. Sometimes I need to stay in those breaths for quite some time. I think that for me, there's this thing that I feel in my body that I'm still putting some focus and attention on holding back. And it's important to respect that as well. We get this message sometimes that you have to let it all go and you have to be completely open and we are seeking perfection or whatever it is. And I think it's important for me to remember that my ability to hold back some things that may be overwhelming to me is sometimes part of that perfection. My body knows what it needs in that moment, and just becoming aware that I'm doing it is oftentimes enough to let me know what I am offering the world today. And in that acceptance, it can very quickly change. There's a diagnosis that gets thrown around a lot with teenagers of oppositional defiant disorder. And I've always wondered how that is a disorder. To be oppositional and defiant is a lot of times the way that we are measuring our own abilities to have agency and to be trusted. Um, it can get out of hand, of course, but let's let this morning's practice be a practice of trust with our own bodies and our own mechanisms by which we move through. So I give thanks for my body's resistance. The poem that I read this morning, I read it a lot of mornings. Um, I have a really nicely printed broadside from Expedition Press. Um, she makes wonderful, wonderful broadsides and brings so many different poets together to create these beautiful pieces of art. And I was able to have one of those, and my son Finn went to see Ross Gay read poems and was able to get that signed for me. I was quite sick that week, so I couldn't leave the house, but it's sitting on my desk, and in the mornings when I sit down, and this is the same desk that I get to look out and lately see these blossoms living their life out. It's so wonderful. The hummingbirds are starting to come back as well. Um, and as I sit there, I get to read this poem pretty much every day. And I've shared it before in the morning sit, and I'll continue to share it. Uh, because today it reminded me that um, I have a tendency to want to, and the words of the poet Billy Collin, he talks about tying a poem to a chair and beating a confession out of it, essentially. Tend to analyze and dig into things. And in this quest to understand, I think that we can break things down to their essentials. And I get really excited, but I am reminded sometimes just to look and say thank you. And that isn't just when things are good. Um, I need to say thank you to my body for protecting me. I need to say thank you for the time that I had when I had access to very strong drugs that nearly took my life many times, but also gave me the space that I needed that I did not know how to take on my own to keep me alive. My mind at that time and my emotions were so large and so active, and I had no emotional intelligence at all and no guidance that I could see around me. Of course, there was guidance, but I couldn't see it. And so the drugs helped me stay out of my mind long enough to stay alive. That is not a recommendation to go be a drug addict for 10 years of your life, but for me, I need to sit in front of that part of my life and say thank you. Um, because I got to sit this morning and look at spring blossoms and read this poem. So I'm aware that everything that needed to happen to get me there today had to happen as it did. This is Thank You by Ross Gay. If you find yourself half naked and barefoot in the frosty grass, hearing again the earth's great sonorous moan that says you are the air of the now and gone, that says all you love will turn to dust and will meet you there, do not raise your fist. Do not raise your small voice against it and do not take cover. Instead, curl your toes into the grass. Watch the cloud ascending from your lips. Walk through the garden's dormant splendor. Say only thank you. Thank you. Let's find a comfortable position to hold ourselves for just a bit. We'll do a little bit of a guided meditation this morning. So, the meditation bell is just a tool. It's a tool I'm grateful to have, but it's a tool that reminds us uh, that we're crossing thresholds, and that sound is a threshold in and of itself, opening and awakening into an awareness of this moment. So when we hear the meditation bell, the practice is to bring yourself into focus and just start with the breath. But then we will take this opportunity to get to know ourselves in different ways from different perspectives. And it can be a lovely or sometimes opening experience. As we bring ourselves into a place of balance and calm, and just breathing in gently through the nose, lifting the belly and letting the belly fall. You can relax the shoulders, let the shoulder blades gently come together to open your chest and to open your heart. Finding a place to hold yourself into a certain kind of stillness. And even in this stillness, there is movement moving all through you and out of you and around you, just as bringing ourselves into a certain level of silence is not absence of sound. Finding stillness is the ability to witness movement. Finding silence is the ability to fully witness sound. Breathing in through the nose to the bottom of the belly. I am still. Breathing out. I am silence. I am still. I am silence. I am still. I am silence. At any moment, you start to tumble around in your thoughts and are taken from here to there. Simply come back to the breath, and it will bring your awareness right to the center of your being again. This is what we do. We ebb and flow like tides coming onto the shore. But just like the sea pulls everything back, we pull all of our focus back. Let yourself feel the growing sensation of the cool air on your skin. If your eyes are closed, recognize that even in this darkness, there is shadow and light playing on your eyelids, and become the witness to what it is you're seeing. As you bring your awareness from your eyes to the space in the middle of your forehead, and pull yourself right back inside just a touch, like you're pulling back the focus. Feel your awareness as a small ball of energy right inside of your head, behind your forehead, and witness as you breathe in that starts to move down the body. You can begin to feel it in the back of your neck and down your spine. With each breath, it moves a little further. Feel the feeling of your shirt as your body moves with each breath, just slightly moving on your belly, on your lower back. Tiny sensations. See if you can bring your awareness to your own heartbeat. Feel that opening in your chest as you breathe in and out, and this energy is moving down the body and it reaches to that part right in the center of your body, right behind your sternum, right where your heart lives. And picture yourself opening and embracing whatever it is in front of you, and pulling it all right into that center place. As you breathe in and out, I am opening, I am growing. I am opening, breathing in, I am growing. Breathing out. You are growing around everything and bringing it right into your heart. And as you receive, begin your mantra of thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Say only thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's bring your arms up, grabbing your shoulders, holding your own body just in this place for a moment. And when you get your arms around your body, just let the weight collapse into those arms and see that you are held. You are holding and you are held. Gently moving the head back and forth, begin to bring some movement into your upper body. And when you're ready, release the hold, bring the palms together in front of the body, and just say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sometimes it's really easy to start snowballing with our emotions. Um, I noticed that this morning. Um, you start to believe, you have this belief, I'm having a good day, this is a good day, and then this one little thing that's not good happens and you're like, well, that's not a good day, that's okay, I'm going to do this. And then the next thing happens, you're like, well, this is two things, this is not a good day. And then by the time you get done with your ignorance of the fact that um, you're not just having one kind of an experience today, you've snowballed into this fitful resistance to all of the things that you don't want. And it can happen very quickly. And, so I was having that happen this morning. There's things that were not ideal in my ideal world. I meditate every day. This is not acceptable. But there I was, and I sat down to put my shoes on, and I look to the left, and I see the spring blossoms, and I look ahead of me, and I see thank you, really large on this broadside. So I read the poem. And yeah, plants the seed to just remember that even when you're standing in that frost covered garden, to curl your toes into the grass. Just be there with that thing. Would anybody like to open up a question or a comment or have anything about your experience today?
I was thinking along the lines of what you were saying about the good and bad filter. Something comes up and it's maybe negative or bad, and that's how our filter says it. But we can expand the vocabulary of our filter and say, this is not bad, it's challenging.
Mhm.
This is different. This was unexpected. And help ourselves gain in our tool belts a way to expand our own perception of reality.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I often try to correct myself to say things are difficult. And the reason I say that is because I can do difficult things. And then I feel really good about myself when I do difficult things. Uh, yeah. Thanks for that reminder. Yeah. Our vocabulary is very important. Um, our emotional vocabulary is very important. Um, and being able to recognize that what we may um, want to label as bad may just be new or uncomfortable. Um, yeah. I don't think I have the ability still. I haven't worked out to see the chats that are occurring from the other places where it's being streamed. So that's all for this morning. Uh, say thank you. Like refuge in the Buddha, refuge in the Dhamma, refuge in the Sangha. Thanks everybody for being here today. I'll be here tomorrow, but I will not be here on Friday. I have to drive and go out of town. Um, but I will be here tomorrow morning, and we'll see you soon. Hariom.